ஓகே, அனைவருக்கும் அன்பான வணக்கம். இன்று தமிழ் பொறியியலாளர் அமைப்பின் வருடாந்த பொதுக்கூட்டம் இங்கு ரிஜஸ் ஹோட்டல் பிரமட்டாவில் உள்ள ரிஜஸ் ஹோட்டலில் வந்து நடைபெற இருக்கின்றது. ஸோ அதுக்கு இப்பொழுது மெம்பர்ஸ் எல்லோரும் வந்து கொண்டிருக்கணும்.
ஆனந்த என்ன பேர் ஆனந்த
For interested people probably might not have seen me. So I am Ganesha Murthy. So I'll start with that logistic here, housekeeping. In this probably is not obviously not applicable for Zoom. People are connecting to the Zoom. The toilets for this building is on the right hand side. And also the exit signs are clear. It was already lit up, so there's a couple of exit signs through the door. And also the COVID-19 restriction. So we need to observe whatever the physical distance, other measures, what probably you all know, so I don't want to reiterate. So before we start the meeting, I acknowledge the traditional owners of this land. We are in the land of Daruk people. We acknowledge the past and elders of the past and present, and their contribution to the nation. The other item is we have a 1 minute silence. Naga Vanakkam for those who have our people of our Tamils and in Australia and other places due to various calamities who lost their life on this. Please stand up and join with me for a 1 minute. Features and the audit reports will be presented, and also you all have opportunity to ask questions on that. The amendments are probably it might look longer, but it's drastically not a lot of drastic changes. It's more of acknowledging the status for various chapters, and there was some limitation in the current constitution, and you feel free to express your thoughts. So I now call upon President Mr. Devendra to continue from there. Thank you.
AGM and spending the time with us during this COVID-19 restriction and other issues. And also, I thank everyone who came in the Zoom from many states and overseas actually. Even there are many people from Sri Lanka, Queensland, Victoria, South Australia and ACT. And on behalf of Indian Charity Fund, I thank everyone for your great support and attendance today. And I prepared a short PowerPoint slides, so probably I will go through it quickly actually. Yeah, probably this, I will welcome and thank everyone, like what I said previously. And so this is the 2020 AGM, and all right, we'll go to the next slide here. Yeah, this is we started it in 2008, and this is probably about 13 years. We are doing this noble charity work actually to help everyone from our homeland as well as in Australia and other places. And we will continue this humanitarian efforts for the following years. And agenda, you can skip this one. Agenda we went through earlier previously. So this slide gives you the current structure, and also probably I will explain the future structure. So there are about 7 TEF chapter committees running at the moment, with the executive committee controlling all the chapters. And recently South Australian committee we formed in 2018, and Sri Lankan committee we formed this year actually. And so I mean, when the years goes on, we are expanding to various states and territories and overseas. And all right, we'll go to the next slide. This is the Sri Lankan chapter we formed this year. So probably in this AGM, officially we will nominate all the members, and we thank them for come forward and work for this charity. And Prabharan will be the vice president and in Sri Lankan chapter. So on behalf of the charity, we thank them and go to the next one. And if you want, you want to go through the names. All right, Prabharan, he will be the vice president for Sri Lankan chapter. Then Bhavananda and Vijaya Kumar, Vadana Kumar, and Anton Kambimuthu, Padmaraja, then Sakti Balan, Ramakrishnan, Nagarajan. We selected this group from to represent the various places in Sri Lanka actually, not only in one place, that is Jaffna, Batticaloa upcountry, and they are representing most of the regions in Sri Lanka. All right, go to the next one. This is the ACNC registration. In 2018, we managed to got the ACNC registration, and for the last more than 2 years, we are getting the tax deductible status. And it's a great achievement for the charity and our members, and also the people who are getting the benefit. I mean, the people in Sri Lanka, they are getting the benefit of this tax deductible status actually there. And this is the ACNC registration for the Engineers Charity Fund. The new structure. We discussed the improvement to the current structure in the last probably 2 AGMs, and also we discussed in our committee meetings several times. And mainly I thank Anandam and others who contributed to the changing the constitution to implement the new ideas and other things. So mainly the reason we implemented this one, because the current constitution is about 10 years. We are operating in the current constitution for the last 10 years. So we looked for the next 10 years or 15 years, and we thought how we are going to go to the next 10 or 15 years and then put all the ideas into the current constitution and amended that one. And probably in this AGM, we'll adapt that one with the support of you guys and with all the others in the states and territories actually. And this slide, yeah, it gives some reason, what are the main issues and what are the reasons in the new constitution. Or I go to the next slide. Yeah, it explains what are the main changes. Yeah, I don't want to read one by one, probably you can understand. All right, I will go through the last 12 months, what we have done. So we started with the Thai Pongal activity in New South Wales in Sydney, and about 1,500 people attended the ceremony and it went very well. Then we tried to organize a fundraising event in Victoria in March, but due to the COVID-19 issues, we end up cancelling the fundraising event. And similarly, same thing in New South Wales in August, we cancelled that one too. But again, we started a fundraising appeal in New South Wales and we managed to raise more than 20 grand for our humanitarian efforts. And many of you helped us and many from the interstate people, they contributed to that fundraising activity, and it's a great outcome actually. Even without any single fundraising event, we managed to raise 20 grand over the emails and word of mouth and other things. Yeah, during this year, we had bushfires in New South Wales, Victoria, and South Australia, and many properties and many livelihood got burned out and they got affected. And we managed to raise nearly about 15 grand and donated to various bushfire authorities, mainly in New South Wales, then in Victoria, then in South Australia. And it's a great great outcome. We donated that money actually. And again, the COVID-19, the pandemic started, suddenly, and many people got affected in various states. Even Victoria is going through the shutdown, and shutdown still it get extended. It's a worldwide issue, and we managed to raise more than 20 grand and donated various places in Australia and also in Sri Lanka, in not only one place but various places, and many humanitarian effects we done actually. And this is the magazine. We printed an annual magazine this year, and it's in everywhere in the tables and other places. Yeah, you can go through the magazine, and there are many appreciation letters and many our charity details and photos and all those things are there. You can go through and get some details actually. And if I go through this slide, the main achievement we have done in the last 13 years, we have started as a small charity in New South Wales, but now we have grown as a global caring charity organization. Yeah. And other thing is we established a great trust, not only in Australia, but in Sri Lanka and many areas. And if you go through the appreciation letters from various states, you can understand the details actually. And also last December, we formed a youth charity network. We organized a meeting in one of the places in Parramatta, and about 30 young graduates attended. And we started a network, and so they are working as a young group for Engineers Charity Fund, and we are empowering them to implement charity projects actually. And I am sure this group will, in the next coming years, they will expand their network and do more charity work, and it will give more product outcome actually. And also we are helping the differently abled children and their families. Every year we organize Samarpan event in Sydney. About 30 or 40 families come with their children, and we'll continue that one for the following years. Yeah, this gives the one slide just to give our projects undertaken for the last few years. If you can look actually from the 2016, our amount we spent for the humanitarian efforts is started with 85 grand, 75, then increasing, and currently is about nearly 100 grand actually, 100 grand or more than 100 grand. And this year, for the first 8 months, we managed to donate about more than 85 grand for the projects. Is worth of about 11 million rupees. And our overhead cost, if you work out every year, is very, very small, probably less than 3%. And I know many charity organizations, they have overheads about 10, 15, 20% range, but we are managing it to bring it down to less than 3% actually. And we should continue that practice for the future. Yeah, this one gives the total amount. So far we donated is about 820 grand. That's about 105 million rupees in Sri Lankan money. And all this money we raised $50 or $100 or $250 like that.